This is the James Petit. This bag was born after the James original, which was designed to be Blake Lively's diaper bag. So this is very similar, but a much more compact version with some design changes. I also want to just talk about what fits in this bag, what I absolutely adore about this bag, and why I think it's just a spectacular design. So informally, I think of this bag as being just organization perfection. A lot of times you get a tote and it needs a separate organizer, it needs a separate thing, a pouch, whatever. You don't need any of that with the James Petit. It is beautifully organized without having an over the top amount of pockets. I'm calling this one of my rare things, which is there's no version 2.0. So I'm going to tell you what I have in here and how I've sort of gotten accustomed to carrying it. So it's got 2 pockets on either side that are open, and they have some expansion capacity, but they're snug at the top, so that I feel like they're pretty secure. Swing it like this so you can see it. So on this side, I've gotten accustomed to carrying, what else, of course, right? A leather field notes. And I find it really handy because I'm not the kind of person that likes to text myself notes. I'm old school that way. When I have something I need to do, I like to jot it down before I forget. Write it down. I also find it very handy for work if I'm out in the field. So I love to have this, which is perfectly the size of a field notes. On the other side, I always carry my phone. And a lot of times, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it on really quick. A lot of times people carry their phone here on a side pocket, but I actually find it to be so much easier to carry it in this sort of front here because it's right within reach. So that's how I carry it. I'm going to keep showing you guys the front and the back before we get into the bag. So on the front side, it has a zipper compartment here with their telltale, hopefully you can see that, but it's like this beautiful shades of purple sort of plaid. And it's pretty good sized depth. And I keep in here, because I'm always like sunscreening my kid, that Trader Joe's mineral sunscreen that I'm obsessed with, so it's within easy reach. This is for decoration only. This is a faux front pocket with a snap. I actually really appreciate this because if you didn't have this sort of adornment on the front, to me it would look like the back of the bag. So it really helps it sort of identify as like the distinctly front portion of the bag. And then they also have this, which is their Sandast trademark, beautifully set off with a stitching. Let me show you the back side. So even though it's the back, it's still really well done. He has inscribed here, handmade 3/14/18. If you didn't know, he makes 100 of every color every season. So it gives this sort of exclusivity and this feeling that you're never going to get this mass-produced bag that every single person has. It's, you know, obviously it's handmade and it's done small batches, quality versus quantity. So that this is the back side. The pocket is distinctly bigger than the front side. And this one is where, I'm kind of choking myself there. This is where I always put my keys. And because of the way the bag sits, I never really feel the need to zipper it. I just zippered it for the video for you guys. But it's a really nice deep pocket. You could also put your phone in there if you wanted to. Let me turn it back to the front. So here's how I have it sort of, I would say this is pretty packed out. I don't like my purses to be overly stuffed unless I'm teaching or training, in which case they're always stuffed to the gills. But this one is not overly stuffed. The interior is why this bag is just pocket perfection. So a couple of things. It has, and it might be easier if I show it to you like this, the sides sort of pop out so it can expand a little, and if you don't have it full, I feel like it sort of compacts down, and so it has a narrower profile. I have it pretty full. And what I like about this, you would almost think of it as a laptop sleeve style pocket along the back. It's too small for an actual laptop, but I call it laptop style sleeve so you can get a visual of it. It's like fairly flat, but it provides just enough organization for me to put all the littles that are in my bag that would otherwise be floating around. And in the main big section, I put this, which is my surface, and it fits actually really well. There's room to put other stuff, but like I said, I don't like to stuff my bags out. So this is the surface. Let me set that to the side. And then before I get into what I call the laptop sleeve, that's not really a laptop sleeve, there's another zippered pocket here, and let me open it for you. It's pretty generous, and it mirrors the size of this pocket back here, to give you some idea. So that I put in just a simple wallet. This is the wallet that I actually use that has cash, credit cards, ID, and a bank card. And then I'm going to do it this way because I think you're going to be able to see it. Here's the sort of, again, the laptop pocket and all the stuff that I keep in here. But look at how organized it stays, because just the pocket's the perfect depth, it's the perfect height, it just works really well. So I have two glass cases hard side by side vertically this way. I have a pouch with like aspirin, Advil, Tylenol, that kind of stuff. And I have the wallet filled with stuff I never use. This sits in here like that. And that together with the two sunglass cases, this is the size of that open pocket. So it's really generously sized and it allows you to stay very, very organized. And that's all that I have in there. Is that true? Yes, that is all that I have in there. And a couple other things I want to talk about. So this, the drop, for me, and I'll show it to you, I find the drop to be absolutely perfect. I like where it falls. I know a lot of ladies measure the drop by saying, could you put it on with one hand? Meaning, can I bend my elbow and get the bag on? You cannot. It's not a one-handed drop. It's too short for that. It's a two-handed drop situation if you're going to wear it over the shoulder. It also makes a really nice arm carry because it is kind of a shorter drop. I carry it 99% of the time this way. If you're somebody that likes to go cross-body, it comes with this. Notice the detail on this strap. This is not your average strap. So he's got this shoulder pad for making it just very, very comfortable. Check out the thickness on that. Hopefully you can see it. And then it's got a buckle, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes to adjust. It's got the complete, this is the real deal. This is completely brass hardware. It's not brass plated. And he has it lobster clasp. So this would go, and this is another design feature of his. Normally we have these giant sort of D-rings that are very visible on the side, but his is kind of tucked back in here. So it's not, if you don't use it, it's not obtrusive, but it just hooks on there. And then there's another one on the other side, obviously. So if you're cross-body, you can definitely do this. It also makes for a longer drop if that's what you prefer. So you just have a lot of carry options. So this bag is, like I said, there's no version 2.0. And I also want to point out that it has, I never zip this ever, but it has a top zipper if you wanted the extra security. Note that it's dropped, and I'll turn it sideways because I think it's easier for you to see. So he's got these panels here, and the zipper's dropped about 3/4 of an inch down. And I think it just goes a long way towards making the bag feel that much more elegant, because you don't sort of see like the zipper at the top. You're just seeing the very finished edge and the polished look of the bag. So I love that it's a dropped zipper. It's just a very, very elegant, refined carry that you could still wear on the weekends. It's really comfortable. It's just an outstanding piece. It's one of the nicer totes that I've ever seen. When I have this bag, literally every time you carry this bag, somebody is going to stop you and ask you where it came from. So I'm very proud to say this is a local creation crafted in downtown LA. He has 4 artisans that create for Sandast. This is the work of Mr. Chris Pack. This is the James Petit tote. Thank you so much for watching.